Coming up in today's video, I'm going to do a demo of a plugin which in my opinion is the best when it comes to creating funnels in WordPress. Coming up. Hello everyone and welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to do a demo of a plugin that helps you create amazing looking funnels in WordPress. Let's take a look. In fact, you know what? Before we begin, if you do end up buying Cartflows, which is the plugin that I'll be doing the demo of, using my affiliate link, I'm going to give you access to my Sales Funnels Mastery course that teaches you how to design sales funnels using Cartflows and WordPress. The link to that is in the video description below. Now, once you've bought Cartflows, all you have to do is to drop me an email, or you can go to funnelstoincome.com. On the bottom right, there's a chat bubble. Just send me your receipt and I'll give you access to the course. All right, let's dive in and let's get started. Okay, so this landing page, just to give you a quick overview, it was designed using Divi, which is the page builder that works well with Cartflows. And as you can see, we have a lot of design flexibility and it just makes the design of funnels very, 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 very exciting. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the dashboard. Now, I've already gone ahead and installed Cartflows. Now, before we begin, I'd also like to mention that for Cartflows to work, you're going to need to use WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is going to work as the payment gateway and Cartflows is the funnel builder. So these two work together. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've installed Cartflows and here it is. So the very first thing you want to do when you install Cartflows is to come over here to settings. Now, these settings here are very important because they help you get started up and running fast. So first of all, you want to make sure you assign your template here by choosing your page builder. So in this case, we have Divi, but you can use Gutenberg, you can use Beaver Builder, you can use Elementor, and here we have other. So if there's any other page builders out there, you can just choose that one. But you can build everything from scratch depending on what you have on your website. So as you can see here, if you're just running a bare bones website, which is pretty much a WordPress, you can use the Gutenberg editor for that as well. So in this case, I'm using Divi. So you want to make sure you set that. Over here, you also may need to set up a global checkout. I mean, all this stuff I go into in detail in the Sales Funnels course. But anyways, you want to set up your checkout, global checkout page here. So I'm going to add mine here, save changes. Now, if you're using Divi, one of the main areas you need to make sure you go and activate is all the way down here on theme options. Now, here on theme options, it's not very clear where you go in and activate or make it easier for Cartflows to work with Divi, but you want to come over here to Builder. So here on Builder, all you have to do is to make sure Steps is enabled. So this will allow you to see Cartflows within the Divi Builder. So Steps, once you enable it, just click on Save Changes and pretty much you're good to go. Now let's take a look at how the interface of Cartflows actually looks like. So if I come over here to Flows, you can see here, this is where you would have all your funnels. So let's say you want to add a brand new funnel. You just want to click here on Add New. Now, I know they use the word flows here, but flows, you can just interchange that with funnels. It's pretty much the same thing because the sales funnels are just the steps that a customer takes to purchase a product or even to become a lead. Okay, so over here, we're just going to click on Add New. So to add a new funnel. And here we have all these templates. Okay, so you can use these templates as your starting point. And to be honest, I would wish that they have more templates here. But if you're a designer, it's not a problem because most of the time I use these templates, I go in and delete everything anyway and start from scratch. Because as you saw in my very first page, that was a page which was designed from scratch, pretty much using Divi. So don't let this be a negative for you when it comes to templates that you need. Of course, I know there are cases where you may just need to use templates, up and running really fast out of the box. But anyways, I digress. So this is where you'd use you choose your templates. Now this one here is a free lead gen template. So if you want to install it, all you have to do is to click on import and then it imports all the steps for you. And these steps are the actual steps that the user goes through when they purchase a product on your website or when they get added onto your mailing list. Now you may notice here I've added this very first one. This is a basic lead gen funnel which just collects your email. So here is where you would add your title. So we can say free ebook. There we go. And you can just save, or in fact update. Now, as I mentioned here, this is a basic lead gen. This is why you don't have a checkout here, because all we need here is to collect the email. So if I open this in a new tab, just to view that landing page, of course, I haven't added a product to it. This is what we get. So this is where you'd have your fields for the name and email. And you can actually go into the visual builder here and start designing or redesigning this page the way you want. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And if you want to take a quick look at the thank you page, again, I'll open this in a new tab, and this is our thank you page. And you can also add things like upgrades and any extra items here on the thank you page. Okay, so that's pretty much how it works. Now, let's say you want to add more steps onto this. Now, for this one here, because this is a free lead gen funnel, I wouldn't really add a lot of steps here, because I would just use this purely for lead generation. But this is just me giving you an overview of how this works. Of course, you can have a setup here where you'd have the person to download the free ebook, and then they go to the thank you page. And then on there, you could sell them to another product, which will then take them to a checkout page, which we can add over here. So let's say, come over here to checkout. Now, these are all your templates for your checkout pages. And again, you can set up these checkout pages pretty much with any design you want, colors, layouts, and so on. Because what really shows all these fields is a shortcode. Okay, so over here, let's say you want to go with this one. All you have to do is to click import, and this will import this checkout page. All right, but as you can see here, it's asking us to assign a product. So I haven't assigned a product yet, but I'm going to show you how to do that in the next step. So here we can go ahead and delete here if you wanted to delete it, or if you want to clone it, you can just click on clone, and this just gives you a copy of what we just created here, which is the checkout. Now, the other thing as well you could do is, let's say you want to edit the title of this, you can just go into edit here, and this now gives you the interface where you can go in and change the title. So in this case, here is where you can change it. So you can just click here on edit, and you can say, checkout one, or if it's a product, you can name the product there on the checkout page. So you can see here, I've changed the permalink of that particular link, and you can also change the title of this checkout page by just adding it here. Now, if you want to start designing this checkout page, all you have to do is to click here on edit with the Divi builder, and this now will take you into the builder, and you can use Divi as normally as you would use it and come up with your own checkout pages. Now, for these funnels to work, of course, you need to add your products beforehand. So to add your products, as I mentioned, for Cartflows to work, you're going to need to have WooCommerce. So what you want to do is to come over here to your product and then click on add new. So this is where you would add all your products. So even for the free product, you would add the name of the product here. So let's say this one here is a free ebook. You scroll down all the way down here and make sure this is a virtual product, right? And if it's free, you want to make sure that you add 0 as your price, because that's what lets Cartflows know that this is a free lead gen. So that's all you need to do, but that's only done on the free product. Now, if you want to add it as a downloadable, so that when they go on the thank you page, they download it straight away, this is where you can click here on downloadable, and notice how easy it is to come over here and add your file. So you can just add your file, choose file, and then you can navigate where that file is. So let's say my file here is, do I even have, oh, there we go. So I have a zipped file here. I can insert the URL. You can also set how many times you want this to be downloaded. So you can limit here, let's say 2 times, and that's it. Download expiry. So let's say you're running a promotion and you want this to run over a certain time. You can say here 2 days or so, right? And that sets the days. And then once that day comes, you won't be, they won't be able to download it. So pretty much that's all you need to do in terms of adding your product, and then just click publish. Okay, right. So let's say you want to add other products or services to your funnels website. So it doesn't matter what products you add here. It could be a service or it could be a physical product. So when it comes to services, this could be maybe consulting. It could be maybe a webinar session, which is paid. So whatever it is, you can just add it here as a product, because one of the challenges that I had when I was using WooCommerce was, because it has always been promoted as a product to sell physical products on your website, that was still like ingrained in my head that WooCommerce only works for physical products. So every time I looked at this, I was thinking to myself, well, can I really sell other services with this? And 100% yes. All you need to do is to set the service here. You can call it whatever you want. If it's a 30-minute coaching call, you just add it as a 30-minute coaching call here. You add your price. And this is what goes now on the funnels as you are creating all your steps. Okay, now let's also talk about other areas which are very important here. So let's say it's Black Friday, you're running a promotion and you'd like to add a coupon code. And that can be done by coming over here, add your coupon. You can give it, you can just say add coupon and give it a name. So this one here could be Mac50. So that's like a 50% off on all your products, or whatever it is. So, and then here you can add your discount type. So you can add it as a percentage, and you can add the amount here. So that's 50%. You can add the expiry. So let's say your offer is running, let's say for a couple of days, you can just add it here. And if it's physical products, you can allow shipping here, which makes it easier, to calculate everything. Now, usage restriction, you can also come in here and say, right, this can only be activated if you spend a minimum of, you can set your amount here. But now in my case, I don't really use the usage restriction here because I just run online courses. So I don't really need to use this, but the option is there for you. And again, you also have usage limits here. You can set your limited usage, and you could also maybe run a promotion where you say the first 100 people gets this, and then it'll start counting down, and then when it gets to that number, it stops working. Anyways, so pretty much this is what you need set up here. Now, while we are here on the topic of setting up things, I also want to show you what you need to do here on settings. So I'm just going to click here on leave. So to really make this work, and this is what I noticed, here on payments, you want to make sure you add your payment gateways. So you can see here, I just use PayPal as demo on my site, but you could also use Stripe. Now, I'm not sure if this is the case with other countries around the world, because I think I came across a situation where there was someone who wanted to buy my course using Stripe, but they were in India, I think, and they couldn't use Stripe over there. And I think they also were having issues with PayPal, but don't quote me on that. It is something that I came across. So this is why I'm saying I'm not really sure how it is with other countries in terms of restrictions of using PayPal or Stripe. But this is where you want to set it up. So once you set it up correctly here, it means that when people start buying your products on your website, it just makes it easier for them to just go through that whole process to buy the products. So this is why it's really powerful that you come over here and set everything here first. Now, I'd also like to mention that when it comes to integrations, this works really well with a lot of email autoresponders. So you can connect WooCommerce with an email autoresponder like MailChimp or MailPoet or even ConvertKit. And what makes Cartflows really powerful as well is the fact that it also integrates really, really well with services like LearnDash to create your online course website. And that means you can have funnels for your courses. So let's say someone buys the initial course, which is maybe $27. You can upsell them to an even more expensive product and downsell them as well. So let me just show you how the upsells and the downsells would work. So let's go into this funnel that I've already created here called business consultation. So here, let's say I need to add a new step. I can click here and add an upsell. And this could be the template that I'm using. Now, as I mentioned, when you take a look at these templates, look at them as just your bare bones structure that you can go in and redesign in your page builder. Now, with this one here all set, this is upsell 2. Now, notice that you can drag and drop. So if I drag this, so this comes automatically after the checkout, and this is ideally where it needs to be. So this is my upsell. So when you go into edit here, now I did mention that you need to set your price first, but when you take a look here at this page, this is where you design the actual structure of the page, but your settings for this would come over here. So notice that when I click here, you can then, add your product here that you're going to upsell to, and the quantity there is 1. Now you also have the ability of adding your discounts, because when you set your upsells, you can also go in and say, this is a 20% off one-time offer, and this is what you would say on the upsell, right? And here you can also have a conditional redirect. So if someone says yes, you can take them to the thank you page. And if someone says no, you can take them to, whatever page. But right now, this is not showing correctly, or is not giving us more options, because we only have one upsell. So let's go in and add a downsell and see what this looks like. So I'm just going to go back to edit flow. Right. So let's add another step. And this one here is going to be a downsell. So here we go. And let's go with this one as well. I'm going to hit import. Now, once imported, again, as I did before, I can go in and add it to my specific place. So let's say this needs to come over here. So this is the actual flow. The customer or the visitor lands on the sales page. And then on the sales page, when they click buy now, they're taken to the checkout page. And on the checkout page, before they go to the thank you page, they're going to see this upsell here. So on the upsell, they are given an option to say yes or no to the upsell. And if they say no, you can take them to the downsell. And then finally, if they say no again, they can go to the thank you page. So let's go back over here. In fact, let's hit update. And let's go back over here and take a look and see what our options are. So I'm going to click here on edit. So now that we have a downsell, this is where now we can go into our conditional redirect here and say, if the person says yes, right, to the upsell, then take them to the thank you page. But if they say no, then take them to the downsell. So you can see how you're adding logic into this system. And this is what makes this Cartflows really, really powerful. So I'm going to hit update here, and let's go back to edit flow. And over here on the downsell, same thing. I can hit edit. And if I come all the way down here, I can hit conditional. And if I say yes, we can go to the thank you page. And same applies to no. But if I had more steps in here, because remember, you can have your upsells, downsells, upsells, downsells, as many as you want, or you can have, a chain of upsells. So we can have 2 upsells, 3 upsells in the whole funnel. So it's all up to us how many how many steps we're going to have in there. So this is where you can just direct them and take them to whichever place you want them to go. Now, here's the thing. If I come here on shortcodes, I can actually see all my offers, the decline link, can have the product variation, product quality. So I can actually go in and use any of these as I'm designing my page here. But to be honest, they're not really necessary to use these shortcodes, but they are there if you do need them, because they all come here by default in the initial design. But if you need them, here they are. Now on the custom script here, you can also add scripts from, let's say, Facebook or from YouTube, like pixels, just to see how your customers are performing with this page. And what I also really like about Cartflows is the fact that I can go in here and see my stats for this particular funnel. So if I click here on business and consultation, I can come over here to analytics and click on view analytics. Now I know this could be something that could be improved by making it all fancy with the graphs and giving us more options to see what is happening on our page. But as you can see so far, we have our landing page, we have our checkout, we have our thank you, downsell, and so on. So this could show us how this is performing over here on this column where we have the revenue. So this is really, really powerful, because you can always come in here and see how your funnel is performing. And this is per funnel. So you can go and check this by looking at the month. So here we can see we have last month, we have what's happening today. And as you can see here, nothing is really happening. And you can also use a custom filter here to cycle through the months and get, the actual stats that you need for that month period. And then over here you have your gross sale, and you also have your average order value. So these stats are purely for the actual funnel. Now, because this is running WooCommerce, you also get stats here with WooCommerce. So if you go to your analytics here, This will give you a bird's eye view of what is happening on your site. And to be honest, these are more detailed because they just show you how your shop is performing. So as you can see here, it shows your revenue every day. And it also shows you even more data here with graphs. The only thing is this won't show you your upsells, downsells, and how those steps are performing. So this is why, I think that Cartflows would actually improve on that and have much more detailed analytics on this page. All right, so pretty much that's an overview of how Cartflows works. To be honest, I think this is a very, very powerful product which competes with services like ClickFunnels and all the other Kartra and so on. But the advantage with this is running on your own website, which means you're getting all your traffic and you can really go in and track what is happening on your website. So pretty much this is the overview of Cartflows. Let me know what you guys think in the comments box below. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments box below. And as I mentioned, if you want to buy Cartflows, you can go ahead and do so using my affiliate link. And if you do buy it using my affiliate link, I'll give you access to my course that teaches you how to design professional looking funnels with Cartflows and Divi. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.